What's good, traders? Welcome to the channel again. It's Masemola Capital, and this is day 2 of growing the 2K account. I've already entered some position, and there seem to be some momentum to the upside. I'm referring to the current candle. It has reached almost to the highs of the previous candle, and I'm expecting it to continue going to the upside. My stop loss is in place, as I said. I'm expecting to lose about 200 on this one, and if it goes accordingly, then I would leave my take profit opened and take whatever the market gives me. I mean, like I normally say, when you're trying to grow a small account, you want to take profit. You want to secure some profits and pretty much let the others run like I did yesterday. So let's see how this turns out. Let's see how far this can go. I've just now moved my stop loss to about 150% of what I initially intended to lose. And let's take it all the way to the upside. Let's see what it does. Let's see how it moves. And as usual, the market will always retrace to the entries or to some levels that are below. It really doesn't go in a straight line. It's really important to understand that, because that gives you an opportunity, depending on what level you are, to re-enter or to place your stop loss accordingly, to adjust it, So I normally like it when the market goes my direction and retrace to my level, and seeing it reject on those levels that I've entered, it's always a good sign that the market will continue to go up. And that's what gold normally does. I mean, at this point, if you're always looking at one pair, you pretty much master its behaviors. You know what it will do, even though nothing is really guaranteed, but then you know how far certain candles would take you and what behaviors it has in general. So that's where we're at this point. And you can see with the wicks at this point that we're really going to push to the upside at this point. It might go all the way down, but then there's a high chance that we'll push to the upside. My stop loss is adjusted now inside my entry, meaning I've locked my profit and I'm running risk free at this point. And it's a W day regardless. At this point, I'm just like chilled. I might scale out a bit and take one position out and leave one running. And that's how I move. That's how I manage my trade once I'm in profit. And it is what it is. We'll see how it reacts ultimately. So yep. Okay, that's some rejection from those areas at the top back to almost our entry. And the rejection, like you can see the momentum that the market is rejecting with. That always gives me confidence. Every time when I see crazy momentum, especially where I expect the market to reject, I know that I'm in good position. I know the market will continue to my direction or move to the direction that I'm anticipating. Ultimately, the game is really to preserve capital, and that's what we do. My profits are locked. Anything can happen at this point. Either we're going for a stop loss or we're going to make enough money to take off the table. And that's just how I manage my trades. Like I said, when I'm growing a smaller account, it's ideal that I actually hit my TPs once I've set them. But then at the same time, I really want to grow the account. I don't want to waste trades that went into profit. Like I always want to make sure that I build the account steadily. So from like our first day to where we are currently, I'm proud of the process. It might be too early to say that, but then I'm just saying that based on obviously my plan, my trading plan, and the rules that I set for myself on a daily. And for those that want me to share the plan, Ultimately, I will, but then I don't think that's important at this point because I'm not teaching anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm just trading for myself and just to grow the account. I don't assist. I'm not a guru. I'm just a trader, and that's what I'm doing. So, if you ask me anything, I would answer if I have answers. But then, for the most part, I'm not trying to teach. I'm not trying to recruit anyone, and that's how I'll always be. That's my plan. That's how I wanna move, and it's just what it is. You know, the goal for me is really to master the plan. I mean, the strategy is to master my emotions, and I've realized that emotions really play a huge role in your outcome or your desired result, and that's what I want to master. That's what I want to be known for. To be one of those traders that really know how to manage their emotions and they stick to their plan. At this point, we seem to be consolidating those areas. It's a bit choppy, but then we stick to the plan, and there we go. Okay. That week shows that there is an opportunity to the upside, and we break those levels. Up we go. This is where I scale out. One position has been taken out. I'm left with 0.01, and let's see. At this point, I'm really willing to push my take profit to the highest, but then depending on how it will move or how I feel, I might be out for the day and really accept what I've made, and that would be a W for the day. That would be a win, and would pretty much be on 50% of the account at this point in 2 days. So I'm happy with that. It's that is enough. 2k to almost 50% of the account at this point. For me, it's enough. I'm not trying to overdo anything. I'm just happy. Like, it's a small account, so let's call it a day.